Hi, welkom bij weer een nieuwe video. Wij gaan vandaag een game spelen, She Could Fly. En dat is een game, een escape game. Een documentaire escape game met waarschijnlijk veel dingetjes over OCD. Dus ik heb geen idee wat ik moet verwachten. Het zal vast wel informatief zijn, dus laten we maar gewoon gelijk beginnen, zou ik zeggen. New game.
Thank you so much for joining us here to play this digital documentary escape game. I'm Christopher Cantwell, the writer of the comic She Could Fly, which inspired this game.
I'm Martin Morasso and I'm a comic book artist. I received an email from Karen Berger asking if I was available to do a book with her. And it was like a really nice story, and the mental health issue was pretty important
gaat
to
ook
me.
om mental health.
The idea became She Could Fly, which was the story of a woman who flew through the air, but told through the lens of a 15-year-old girl who was suffering from my exact form of OCD.
Hi, everyone. I am Karen Berger. I am the editor of She Could Fly. Luna is, I think, an archetype for what it's like being a teenager. That feelings of doubt and insecurity, low self-esteem, worrying about what other people think about ourselves, and worrying if we're going to make the right decision, and really just trying to figure out who the hell we are. The fact that Chris has suffered from OCD since he was a young child makes the story so much more authentic.
This is a very personal story for me. So good luck, go forth, see if you can escape this game, and you might see me again knocking about in there as well.
Oké. Best wel vet gedaan dan tot nu toe. Oké, laten we even kijken wat dit allemaal, hoe dit allemaal moet. Het is een point and click dus.
Hey guys, how you doing? Tiger Orchid here. Good to see so many of you online, especially as I'm running a bit late today. Sorry. Hey chat, what's going on? I've got my caffeine fix, got my snacks. So, we've got this new game, She Could Fly digital documentary escape game. All right, so we're going to have to help each other out here.
Oké, moet ook. Kan ik inzoomen? Nee, oké, ik kan niet inzoomen. Ik dacht misschien moet ik iets al nu al iets schilderen.
Right, just getting used to this point and click and turning around, right?
Ja, it's... The universe is breathing, it is soft like water and it's abandoned house with no floors. Oké, dat klinkt apart.
Okay, let's take a look. I love walking games, escape games, but I'm hoping there's no jump scares. Although I love horror games, I'm not that into jump scares.
Oeh, klinkt goed. Ja, ik hou ook wel van horror games, maar de jumpscares liever ook gewoon niet. Wat is dit? Oké. En hier hebben we nog iets.
Some sort of certificate. Hannah Rampasad, BA in Fine Art. Very posh sister. Good for you.
Ja, oké. Dat is wel apart dat ik zeg maar in haar
right, so let's
kijk.
go through here and take a look. Alright, so it's not a creepy Victoriana horror house. Or... Okay, it looks nice in here, right?
Zeker.
Not creepy at all.
Wat is dit? Anna Berry.
I think we should try the door by the pink elephant.
Door bij de Pink Elephant. Oké, ja, daar gaan we zo heen. Oké. Ik weet niet wat dat allemaal inhoudt, maar... Hey!
It's a piece of the She Could Fly comic book.
Een puzzel.
Why would someone rip up a comic book?
Maar dat weet ik ook niet. Maar ik moet in ieder geval... When you have complete the page. Oké. Ik moet hem daar neerleggen. Daarheen. Daarheen. Neerleg. Haha. Oké. Wat was dit?
Here we are. It's a letter. What does it say? Poor Hannah. Yeah, I feel sorry for I have a heart. I have a heart.
We regret to inform you that you are not successful in gaining a place on the MI Fine Art. Many excellent candidates apply, but we only have limited places. Our feedback is to try and develop your own style further. And please try. Oké, dus Hannah heeft dus een afwijzing gekregen van een artschool. Oké. En leuk puzzel. Hey,
And
weer een
another
puzzel.
piece of what looks like a
Of
comic.
puzzel, weer een stuk. Oké. Doe ik die er ook op. We gaan daarheen. Als dit. Things that we wanted to not realize we not forget. Oké. Ik weet niet wat dat inhoudt, maar het zal wel.
Ooh, that beanbag looks comfy, doesn't it? But we don't have time to sit down. We've got things to do.
We can't sit down.
What's going on? Don't sit down. No.
We gaan gewoon zitten. Lekker wegdromen. dromen.
Okay,
dromen.
you're back. Cool.
Nice.
Woo! I was having a bit of a heart attack there. Look, I can't seem to hear what's going on when we sit
That's
in the
all
chair. So it might be my headphones or something, but maybe let's not do that.
Oké, grappig. Ze zijn net iets met de elephant.
Okay.
Hier zie ik een
A pink
elephant.
elephant. Cute.
Jazeker, cute. Bad place. Nou, we willen niet in een bad place toekomen, hè? Dat gaan we niet doen. Dan gaan we hier de deur heen. Een kamer.
Okay, it all looks normal in here. It's a bit messy, actually.
Ja, best wel.
Well,
Hey,
look
nog een-
here, another comic piece. I prefer it when you find money in the mess.
Ja, nou, dat vind je ook niet overal,
Tidy
money.
your bedroom, Hannah! I mean, to be honest, I'm actually a messy person. But let's not talk about that.
Oké, best wel leuke posters. Oké. Ja, weet je, als ik rechtsboven op die info klik, dan ga ik naar een externe site. Dat wil ik niet.
No, I'm only joking. I'm joking. Just pretend there's a jump scare. Sorry. I hope I didn't freak you out. The chat is going crazy.
Ook een jumpscare. I don't know what you mean. Maar niet uit. Ik ga deze pagina afmaken.
Nice.
Tada.
You found all the pieces. Maybe you can read a bit of the comic. I am just... The artwork is beautiful.
Zeker.
Chef's kiss.
Gaan we naar de volgende pagina. She could fly! What are obsessions and intuitive
Obsessions
thoughts?
can take a host of different forms, which is why sometimes it's hard for people to realize they have OCD. It could be someone worried about causing an accident, like forgetting to turn off the stove. It might be someone with urges to arrange objects in a room until they feel just right. It could be feeling the urge to compulsively urinate. And I'd say that the ones that the public seems to know more about involve obsessions with themes about contamination and germs, symmetry, order, or causing inadvertent harm.
I often kind of think of intrusive thoughts as a kind of spam email. So all of us kind of get intrusive thoughts. It's not just common to OCD. So while we're walking around, we're constantly being bombarded by these spam emails. And most of the time we've got spam filters active. So we kind of, on some level, recognize that the thought we've had is not really relevant to what we're talking about right now. Occasionally, some spammy thoughts will kind of work their way through to our inbox, and they can be mislabeled as high priority. You've got to like deal with this right now. And that trips up a lot of people when they start worrying compulsively about something, that they take a sort of benign, spammy, intrusive thought and start to prioritize it and treat it like it's something that really is important and does need to be dealt with there and then.
My first memories are when I was 8 years old. My dad had just died, and I remember I started to get these really anxious feelings. And by touching things, touching door frames a set number of times, saying phrases a set number of times before I went to sleep at night, kind of took away that fear.
And that's why it's very important that people get the help at the right time, because OCD is like a bully. It is waiting for you when you wake up. It's constantly there, nagging you, telling you to do things. And the bully tends to grow and make more and more demands as the OCD tends to grow and gets more complicated.
Wow, oké. We hebben even een klein stukje geleerd wat OCD is. Oké. Volgende. Weer een video. What are
There's pretty much always like a really
compulsions? Wow, Engels.
meaningful link between the obsessional thoughts that people have, the thoughts of harm occurring or the intrusions, and the compulsions that people do. If, for example, you're having obsessions that you might stab a family member across the dining table, then the compulsion might be to sit further away from that person or to not be anywhere near a sharp knife. If your obsession was that you might blaspheme, you might do rituals of trying to push those thoughts out of your head or to pray for forgiveness.
My first experience with OCD was when my mum would go to work as a teenager. If she wasn't home by 8 p.m. every day and it was like 10 minutes late, she was 10 minutes late, I would flick switches, I'd be super anxious. And I remember one of the biggest compulsions I had as a teenager was I was doing some exercise at home and I was doing some lunges and I was counting reps in my head, and anytime I got an intrusive thought, I would start the rep all over again. And the next day my knees were bruised purple because I was compulsively exercising. And that's when I knew something didn't feel quite right.
When I was 12, 13, my mum got a brain tumor, and my OCD kind of manifested in, again, trying to control everything. But I never knew anything about OCD during this time. Absolutely nothing. It waxed and waned. Probably until I was like 24. This is when I was diagnosed. I had really bad health anxiety. I was convinced I was going to die, and no one could tell me otherwise. I ended up having to go to a psychiatric hospital and stay for 3 weeks. And that's when they diagnosed me with OCD. I was doing so many compulsions to check for illness.
Oké. Wow. Dit had ik niet verwacht van de game. Wacht even. Het is best wel apart misschien een beetje heftig om te horen van de mensen of zo. Ik weet het niet. Ik zou zeggen, heb je hier iets mee? Blijf vooral kijken en doen. Kun je hier niet tegen? Weet ik het wat? Skip deze video, weet ik het. En wil je wat meer leren? Ik ben best nieuwsgierig, dus ik ga het verder spelen. Ik zou zeggen, blijf vooral kijken. Maar best wel apart hoe dat dan werkt, die OCD aan andere mensen hoofden. En dat bepaalde dingen gewoon echt moeten op de manier zoals jij het in je hoofd hebt, anders word je gek of zo. Zo zie ik het tenminste nu. Maar hey, we gaan gewoon verder en we zien wel. We komen naar beneden scrollen aan de volgende pagina. Zal het. Dus mensen zien iemand vliegen en hier als zal het. With my own eyes. Krijgen we een video. What are examples of
Compulsions can also involve other people. An example of that might be is reassurance seeking or excessive reassurance seeking, where people might ask their loved ones repeatedly whether their hands are clean, whether they did something inappropriate, etc. So that can become very compulsive and very time-consuming and interfering as well.
When I was 19, I looked it up, unwanted intrusive thoughts or unwanted scary thoughts. And I found out that there was a thing called OCD, and there was a nickname called Puro for people like me who were experiencing these intrusive thoughts, but who were only using kind of mental, invisible compulsions like thinking over and over a past event, ruminating, worrying, and seeking reassurance from others. There were people who were doing these things, but not washing their hands, not counting, not tapping, not switching lights on and off.
People are often not quite sure why they're doing them, but they know that they do reduce their anxiety. And that's the first thing that they want to act on.
Oké. Niet iedereen reageert dus op dezelfde manier. Oké, duidelijk. Ja, dat is duidelijk. We hadden hier nog 2. What is obsessive disorder?
OCD is really interesting.
Oh, hier komt de uitleg van OCD.
In so many different ways. I think the unifying theme is it's really about a fear of causing or failing to prevent harm to yourself or to other people. And the ways in which that can show itself are really varied. So worrying about checking things or contamination or causing harm. But the key thing is it causes people a lot of distress and takes up a significant amount of their time. It's pretty common, so about 1 to 2% of the population is estimated to have OCD.
The O part of OCD, the obsessions, are intrusive thoughts, images, urges, feelings, something that causes you extreme distress and anxiety. So they might be around the fear of harming people, the fear of being contaminated or becoming ill, the fear of acting sexually violent on somebody. They can literally be about anything, but usually they are against your morals or your identity or something that doesn't sit right with you, something that you fear doing. And the C part of OCD, compulsions, are the things that you do in response to the intrusive thoughts to try and alleviate that anxiety. So that can be anything from physical rituals such as tapping things, counting out loud, or mental rituals like avoiding certain situations, asking for reassurance, or ruminating.
Okay. Gaan we even naar de volgende. What does it
OCD
feel
works
like
as
to
a
have
kind of
OCD?
cycles. When the thought comes along, for me, I'll feel really endangered. And because of that feeling of danger, I feel like I need to do something to get rid of it. So I do a compulsion, and for me that's an internal compulsion. That for a short term alleviates the anxiety. It makes us feel a little bit better. But over time, it tells our brain, actually, you do need to do a little compulsion to get yourself to feel better. So we enter this cycle of experiencing intrusive thoughts, feeling endangered, needing to do a compulsion to get rid of it. So the cycle continues.
I was actually studying abroad in Melbourne, and it was probably one of the happiest times of my life. And then I just got plagued with these really terrifying intrusive thoughts. I won't go exactly into the different thoughts, but yeah, they were just really, really scary and made me fear my own mind.
I think OCD is like an overactive alarm in your head. It's like going around with radio fear on all the time. It really constrains your world, it shrinks it, and it makes you hyper-focused on things that don't matter to anyone else.
When I first realized that what I had was OCD, it was quite scary because I had a certain idea that OCD was just about cleaning because of the way I grew up. I had only ever been exposed to the idea of OCD from obsessive compulsive cleaners. And my mum and I used to watch it, and she used to always say to me, if I don't clean my room, this is what's going to happen.
What it feels like for me is that I'm in a boxing ring and there's someone else in the boxing ring and it's also me, and I'm relentlessly beating myself up and I can't keep my gloves up. I think I use that phrase a lot when things are just feeling overwhelming in my life, which is I just feel like I can't keep my gloves up, I can't keep my guard up, and so you just end up on the ropes, and I continue to feel like I'm being pummeled, right? And that my mind is being relentless with me.
Okay, well, that was pretty moving stuff, and they were real people, right? So watching these films, that's gonna help us. Okay, can you hear that lock sound?
Okay.
Or someone's trying to tell us something. All right, let's get out of here.
Voordat ik dus verder ga. Wow. Ik weet even niet wat ik daar moet zeggen. Best wel apart om zo over na te denken of dit te horen. Heb ik nooit bij stilgestaan. Dat mensen met OCD dus eigenlijk ergens iets niet tegen kunnen of iets op een bepaalde manier moeten doen en daarvoor een gewoonte hebben of een middel hebben om dat te doen om zich ervan af te leiden van dat of zo, als ik het goed begrijp. En ja, ik weet niet. Ik kan het niet uitleggen. Heel raar. Ik weet niet. We gaan gewoon verder met de game. Laten we daar houden. Er ging een deur open. Ik denk dat het die deur is.
Ah, sweet freedom.
Nice. She's flying. Oké. Daarheen.
And I'm getting quite hungry.
Ja, ik ook.
Some pizza or something.
House that found by Shaky Special. Oké.
Oh. Well, we're back.
Oh,
that
the
old
loop.
chestnut. We're stuck.
De loop. De loop is begonnen. Oké.
Okay, a magpie. It's knitted. I wonder if she made it. One for
Light
sorrow,
within
two
the
for
dark,
joy,
a
isn't it?
Bennett Welt collected little thief of joy. Oké. Ik weet niet wat dat inhoudt.
Oh, they want us to find the comic pieces again. Oh, of course they do. Okay, all right. Let's try again.
Maar dat weet ik niet of dat zo is.
Okay, back where we started again.
Er is niks veranderd. Nog een keer.
And back in the lounge. Okay, so we know what we got to do, right? Collect pieces of comic and put them on that plinth thingy.
Hé, de olifant staat anders. Dit klopt niet.
What does it say in this notebook?
I'm a failure.
Hannah's?
I'm never enough and I
I'm a
let
failure.
everyone down.
I'm never enough and I let everyone down.
Oeh.
What? Hannah's being a bit hard on herself. Or maybe not. Maybe it's true and she's just bleakly self-aware.
Oeh. Oké. Een bad place lijkt ook nog steeds hetzelfde of iets. We gaan even deze kant op. Hey, een noot. Oh, nou ligt hij ergens anders. De lag straks op de tafel.
Okay,
Nee,
so
comic piece.
it looks like these pieces are from a new set of pages.
Oké. Gaan we weer terug. Dan gaan we hierheen. Hierheen. Daarheen en leggen we deze even daar neer. Die hadden we volgens mij ook inderdaad. What the fuck doet die kip hier?
Oh, she loves her knitted bag.
There is something wrong. The pitting bit cannot fly. Light away. Oké. Het klopt allemaal nog steeds. Het is nog steeds allemaal hetzelfde. De puzzel, die gaan we ook daarin doen. Gaan we gewoon weer zitten?
On. No, come back, please.
Even kijken. Is dit ook nog? Ja, dit is ook nog lekker hetzelfde. Gewoon even heerlijk, even relax, rust.
Look,
Oké,
I
we gaan
love
weg.
the guys, but now's not the time for sitting down. Come on, let's get on with the game and we'll have some time for something else after. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe Minecraft? Forza 5?
Nee.
Nah, actually I prefer 4. Maybe
Hey,
Forza 4.
Minecraft. Hey.
Ah, a kitchen. Right. The kitchen is one of my favorite places. It's where the best
Okay.
parties happen.
Okay. Truths or myths?
Okay, the door has got a load of writing all over it. Okay.
OCD
what are you
need
supposed to
free.
do, though?
I'm not
Okay,
my
what does it say?
thoughts. We are all bit OCD and broken. Ik kan er niet in. Oké. Wel geinig dit. Gaan we die kant?
Okay, the hunger is kind of real now because I kind of feel like sweet chili crisps.
Ja,
Or some.
rustig
How does
maar.
Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side.
Wat een kutgrap.
Sorry. Okay, one more. What did the toast say to the psychic? You read my mind.
Dude. Oké. Ja, kutgrap was dat. Trying to remember. Sit on me and I will change your life. Goeie slogan.
Okay,
What's
this
this?
card. Who is it from?
Mam. Dear Hannah, I didn't mean to upset you about the phone bill comment. I love talking to you, but when I reassure you, it never seems to help and we got around in circles. Last call was 3 hours. I know you miss your dad. I will come and visit as soon as I can get a weekend off. Love, Mom. Oké. Fijn. Volgens mij is dit een beetje nat. Of schaduw. Oké. Toaster, biscuits. Prullenbak. Hier is ook niks.
We're getting good at this. Well done, Team Tiger. Okay, I'm never doing that again. Let's watch these films.
Dan we die eventjes weer doorgaan. Hoppa. We hebben de volgende puzzel, of de volgende pagina compleet. Dat betekent dat we weer een paar nieuwe filmpjes hebben. Dus ik zou zeggen, bereid je maar vast mentaal voor. Letterlijk en figuurlijk. I've been hearing about it on the news. It's pretty crazy. Your matter. Gaan we die doen. If you all get intrusive thoughts when
I think what's really interesting
disorder.
is that from studies we know that if you write down or get a list of all of the different intrusive thoughts that people experience, and if you ask experts to distinguish between the intrusive thoughts that someone with OCD has and the intrusive thoughts that someone that doesn't have the disorder has, we know that experts can't distinguish between them. So if we're all experiencing these intrusive thoughts and the content's not different, the thing that is different is the meaning that we give to those intrusive thoughts.
I would say feeling stuck in a loop with OCD genuinely feels like hell to me. Like if I had to envision hell or purgatory, it would be a compulsion, and I just feel like every fibre of my body is burning. My anger, and I just feel nothing but distress. And as a result of struggling with OCD, I have struggled with some severely low moods, and it has taken me to really dark places where I would rather just not exist than be stuck in this tornado. It's like there's a hotel that I want to enter, but I'm just caught in the revolving door. And it's really frustrating because I just want to check in and I just want to get on with my day and I can't. And then all these other people are behind me, but these other people are like all the other thoughts that are now coming in. And I can't let these thoughts flow through because I'm fixated on this revolving door. And it's just a blockage between my normal thoughts and me wanting to progress with my day. And I feel like I can't, and it just feels too painful.
Well. Oof. A lot of load. Okay, so you are allowed to say the word crazy? If that makes you uncomfortable, I will say unusual. Cool, whatever. Gaan we twice even kijken. What causes OCD and anxiety disorders?
Fear and fear responses are absolutely vital for our survival, but anxiety is as well. Anxiety is, at its core, an evolutionary adaptation to us understanding threats that may be occurring and helping us to evaluate how to take action.
So my kind of fight-flight system will switch on. I feel really need to look out for danger, like everything's going against me. Physically, that feels like my heart racing, sweating, feeling quite claustrophobic, feeling quite stuck, and needing to kind of get rid of this feeling that's horrible.
So we don't know exactly what it is, what causes OCD. It's probably a mixture of things. So genes explain probably some bit of it. The environment explains probably a lot of it, and then people's experiences can also play a role. Sometimes it's very clear. So I've seen people, for example, where their OCD involves lots of checking behaviors. So they find it very difficult to leave their house. And when they were children, their house got burned down because someone forgot to turn the cooker off. sometimes it's that obvious, and you can make that link, and it makes perfect sense why people get quite preoccupied with these kinds of things. But sometimes it's just completely random.
Oké. Dus het is moeilijk vast te stellen wat OCD eigenlijk veroorzaakt. Of zoals ik het zo begrijp. Ik weet het niet. Ik zit ook even gewoon mind-blowing, hè. Anyway, yeah, there's been like 10 sightings of her in a month. Wow, that many? That's quite unusual. Yeah, the government's all we don't know. So, she's really captured your imagination. What are the myths around OCD?
It makes me very, very angry when kind of famous people are saying that they're a bit OCD. It's so offensive. It's unbelievable that people can do this. You would never say this about any other things, like, oh, I've got a tiny bit of cancer. That's great because it makes me thin. But with OCD, people think it helps them to keep their house clean. It's stupid, ridiculous, and makes me very angry. Anyway.
People don't even know they have it because there is such a lack of knowledge around it, and people are ashamed of thoughts they'll have or little compulsions or obsessions they have that, you know, they're frightened to tell anyone they know or even a doctor. So the myths that minimize OCD are particularly harmful.
I think that shame and that embarrassment comes from the fact that we just, you know, we don't talk about OCD enough. We don't talk about the dark side of it. We don't talk about the taboo intrusive thoughts, the embarrassing compulsions. And we need to talk about those more to normalize them so that when you say to somebody, I have OCD, they don't respond with, oh yeah, me too. I really like my house clean and tidy. They respond with, oh my goodness, that's awful. I'm really sorry to hear that. And they really take it seriously.
Oké. Ja. Ik snap dat mensen niet OCD, dat mensen geneigd zijn om dat te zeggen qua het huis schoonmaken doen. Ik persoonlijk zeg ook soms dat ik autistisch ben omdat ik dingen rechtleg of in de winkel alles netjes op een band leg of bepaalde spullen op een bepaalde plek moeten zijn. Anders denk ik dat ik ze kwijt ben en word ik gek of zo. Of voordat ik wegga uit huis dat ik echt alles heb gecheckt of zo. Maar dat is nooit bij mij vastgesteld, dus eigenlijk maak ik daar ook best wel grappen over, om zo te zeggen. Moet ik misschien ook niet doen, maar ik snap wat ze hiermee bedoelen. Volgende pagina. How's the first week of sophomore year? Oké, nog een filmpje. What are harm or taboo
harm thoughts can be sometimes people fear causing accidental harm. So that's where you're worried that you know, you might leave something like the stove on, something dangerous on at home. Mm-hmm. So there's that kind of fear of accidental harm. There is the fear of people causing purposeful harm. So this can take the form that you see with Luna, where you might worry or have thoughts. You might just have these images of harming people that you love the most in the most gruesome ways.
Or that you're going to be to blame for like a mass incident of harm, or that you have harmed, so that you see a newspaper article that says there's been a school murder and that you worry that you were somehow involved or somehow to blame or somehow caused it.
OCD seems to turn what the sufferer finds most objectionable into obsessions, then vilifies the sufferer for having them. So people with OCD are naturally people of good conscience. Because the disorder leads them to doubt their goodness, they perform rituals to compensate for any badness and to prove their obsessions are not intended.
I think that the important thing to really understand is that OCD is the opposite of who you are. So it's the opposite of the values that you hold. It would be the loving parents that develop OCD around harming their children.
Oké, dan gaan we naar de volgende. Robbeball. Oké. If I think something
as a society,
I might do
tend
it.
to really get confused about this a lot. There's a huge difference between thinking something and doing it.
Yeah,
and this is what scares a lot of people with OCD. Just because I've had a thought, does that mean I either want to do it or might be capable of doing it or have actually done it and I can't remember?
So no one with OCD has ever been found to actually act upon their compulsions and obsessions and do something really bad. It's just that they're so fearful of that thing that they feel like they need to do everything in their power to make sure it doesn't happen.
The reason why I want to work with people with OCD is that they tend to be the kindest and best people in the world. Because they are so afraid of any harm. They're always nice and gentle people and wonderful to work with. So that's the common theme you see.
Ja, dat snap ik wel een beetje. Dat die mensen met OCD best wel echt op alles letten, op alles uitkijken wat ze doen. Dat ze eigenlijk ook best wel lief en aardig zijn. Maar dan wel met een specifieke reden om zichzelf te beschermen, zeg maar. Zo zie ik het. Maar ja, ik heb nog eigenlijk nooit mensen tegengekomen met OCD of zo. Ik ken ze niet echt. Laten we verder gaan. It's whatever. Yeah, okay, great, yep. You like working here so far? So before you retired, Dr. Stuckert mentioned you were a little worried last year when you started freshman. Yes, definitely, everyone is so nice. Okay, well, een dubbel gesprek. What is the impact of stigma?
Stigma is grounded in the stereotypes of society, and stigma involves sort of separating others from us, and it can lead to distancing. So when people think that they don't want to be friends or neighbors or work with people of a certain group, and that can lead to large scale.
There's nothing positive about being OCD. OCD is debilitating and it steals people's lives away from them. And so when there's OCD jokes are made, it really kind of trivializes the severity of the condition and it perpetuates the stigma, and it makes it much more difficult for people to open up and to talk about OCD and to seek help for their problems. Helping decrease stigma is massively important.
More powerful stuff. Wow. Okay, we've watched some videos, we've learnt some things. Great. Wait, what was that noise? Did you hear that, Klein?
Nou, wat was dat voor noise? What was that? Was volgens mij in de keuken. Klonk in ieder geval wel zo, laat ik het zo zeggen. Was het dit mes?
It's the bread knives. Oh, so every time you watch the film, something unlocks. Let's face it, a bread knife is far more useful than a sword in this day and age. I think. Okay, I know that kind of sounds like I've confessed to something. Please don't get me arrested. Look, I just want some toast. I'm hungry. Come on. Toast.
Ja, okay.
Toast. Ah, toast.
Dus elke keer als ik die video's kijk, gebeurt er iets. Oké. Snijd die toast af. Ik heb honger. Slice of bread. Ja, dat doen we in de toaster. En dan hebben we getoast. Poef. Nee.
We burnt the toast. Oh, what a genius.
Oh, shit.
We need to do something about that alarm.
Ja, waar de fuck is dat alarm dan? Lichtknop? Ik heb geen idee, joh.
Okay, can we again? Ah, thank goodness.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Wait,
toast.
is that a washing up sponge? No, I'm pretty sure I put bread in that toaster. Wait,
Classic household
is that how we
sponge,
make
perfect
sponges?
for cleaning
Great,
away dirty
we have a sponge.
meats.
I'm not that much into cleaning. Anyone else feel
dirty
compelled?
meat.
Be my guest.
Okay.
Oh. All right. That door with the writing on it. Have we got to do something with that?
Nee, dat denk ik niet. Lijkt mij niet, toch?
You're meant to be cleaning the door, not adding more writing.
Oh. Ik kan... Oh. Shit. I'm a bad person. We all a bit OCD.
Well, hey! Nice
Nice.
one. Maybe we'll actually get to leave this time.
Ik moest niet de verkeerde doen, wat niet waar was, zeg maar. Oké, dan gaan we
How
door.
did the hacker escape the police? He ran
Ja,
somewhere.
dat is een goeie.
Yeah, he ran somewhere. That's right.
Hier en somewhere.
You like that one, didn't you? Come on, no you did. Okay, yeah,
Oké, die
we're
was wel
free.
heel goed
We're gonna go to the
eigenlijk.
cafe and get some unburnt toast.
Die was wel
and
echt heel
tea.
goed.
I mean, I'd love a cup. Oh no.
Oh.
Back in this corridor. Again.
En we zijn weer terug bij de loop. En dat betekent dat het voor nu ophoudt. We sluiten hierbij af en we gaan de volgende keer verder met de loop. Tot nu toe, interessante game. Je gaat continu in een loop en je leert eigenlijk continu wat OCD is. En je hoort mensen verhalen en het is best informatief. Dus ik ga zeker nog verder spelen. Dat doen we de volgende keer. Lijkt het je ook wat? Kijk vooral mee. Lijkt het je niks of wil je niks van OCD weten? Dan is dit niet voor jou om te kijken. Ik zou zeggen, mensen met OCD of die iets hebben, laat het gerust in de comments weten. En vertel wat over jezelf. Misschien is het best wel interessant voor mij en andere kijkers. Dus ik zou zeggen, doe even liken, abonneren en dan zie ik jullie bij de volgende video. Doei doei.